If we're only going to go with a 1 or 2 inch riser, your hands are going to be down, and I think your hands should be up, probably up here. Hi, I'm Frank Stancato, and I'm from Drums, Pennsylvania. Once you sit, it's going to compress, so we don't know where you're going to be. So like I said, when we mock that up, we'll have to see where you're going to be, because this is about the same.
This kickback here feels pretty good. So,
I'm the president of Death Row Motorcycles. We service all bikes, models. We also do polishing. In-house polishing, powder coat. You know, we do a lot of modifications to bikes. We also we do some fabrication on fenders for all types of bikes, models. We also do painting, and we have a tattoo shop inside of our facility.
My name is David Kelmer. I'm from Mountaintop, Pennsylvania. I got into tattooing through the airbrush field. I was an airbrusher before I was a tattoo artist, and the two art mediums are pretty close to the same. I've probably done 100 custom paint jobs on various different items, and if somebody brought me a wheelbarrow, I'd paint that if they wanted it. My day starts off with usually me scrubbing tips and tubes, loading the autoclave, getting stuff ready, doing drawing for that upcoming appointment. And roughly I do about 2 to 3 appointments a day, depending upon how big the pieces are. A lot of people don't realize the non-glamorous side of tattoos. They just see all the pretty work that comes out of it and the end result, but they don't realize how much hard work goes into keeping everything clean, making sure the shop is presentable, and going through the proper procedures for hospital-style sterilization.
My name's Scott Kelly from Drums, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, this plug don't want to come out of here too easy. This plug.
I've been working on bikes a long time, about 20 years. I got my first bike, when I was 12 years old. Decided to tear it apart and fix it, and every time it would break from there on after, I'd fix it myself, you know, buy parts here and there. Never had a manual, just had to figure out the hard way how it worked. My day starts out, you know, cleaning up the shop a little bit, getting everything in order to see what we're going to start working on today, and try and make sure all our parts are here for today, and get going on the first project, no matter what it be, from an oil change or starting to fab up or mock up a bike for a custom build.
I'm Kevin Jaffin, and I'm from Berwick, Pennsylvania. I work at Death Row Motorcycles. I work in the service department. We do tires, I do full services, everything from doing engine work and building motorcycles. My typical days start out, we'll check to see any inspections, service work, any bikes that would just happen to come in, motor repair, basically anything that needs done, I'm doing it.
Working with Frank is fun. You know, it's different. He's all over the place. He's a smart guy. He's got the gears going way too fast up there, but he's a very good designer, very good businessman, where I lack in, and I'm more the mechanical end guy.
Death Row Motorcycles came together basically with a merge of Black Death Motorcycles in December 2003. We started to do a replica bike for Mickey Rourke back in December of 2003. And we still do a lot of parts from that bike, and then we moved forward into Harley service, V-twin, anything with a motor at this point, and custom bikes. All right, so here, where you're sitting on this chassis here, you got like a 3-4 inch, probably a 4-inch riser here.
I've been thinking about building a custom bike now for about 1.5 or 2 years. Getting some ideas together in my head, trying to figure out exactly what I wanted. I came down and talked to Frank, and it's kind of an old school bobber and street rod mix. It's tough to get on paper, and I know these guys down here could get it done the best of their ability with what I want. I think it's going to come out great. First started riding bikes back when I was 18, about 10 years ago. Got a crotch rocket, fixed that up a little bit, sold it, and started progressing, getting newer models. Then got into doing some stunt riding. Did that for about 1.5, 2 years. Now the bones are getting a little older, so time to slow down a little bit and just cruise around, and that's why we're building something like this.
Here, but the fender we got is an 11-inch fender. So if you want the tire really, the fender to be snug in here with the tire, that's what I would go with.
Then?
But then we might have to go with the 130.
I picked Death Row to build my custom cycle because I've known these guys for a few years now from some other mutual friends, and I know Frank does some good work down here, and I'm really anticipating a good build out of these guys.
The customer on this particular build is looking for more of a down and dirty, flat black look. He wants a shorter base in the front end, but he does want a little bit more of a tank so he could ride a little bit further. You want it to drop down here?
Yep.
Or you want it to shoot out here?
Kick both of these down here, and then if they have to, go back a little bit.
Are they coming back this way or out that way? Are they coming out towards me? We have about 2 months to build this bike, and the challenges are going to be making a bobber and a Pro Street bike look right.
This project, in comparison to other bikes we've built in the past, is definitely going to be unique, being very different, like being old school and new school together, which makes it, unlike anything we've ever done in the past.
For Dave's custom build right now, I kind of have an idea which way we're going with it. Once they finally get it a little more together and get an actual name for the bikes, I think they want to tailor the paint job off of the name. I could probably please him pretty easy with at least 1 or 2 drawings, because it seems like we're on the same type of people. He likes the same type of things that me and Frank like, so I don't think it'll be too hard to nail down the design once we get a little bit more of the bike together, an actual name for it, and then we'll be able to go from there.
Daily basis for me, we're slammed all day long. You look at the clock and it's already 12 o'clock, and before you know it's 5 o'clock. We're just overwhelmed with, not that we can't handle it, but just very, a constant flow of bikes. They go out, they come in, different bikes, a lot of turnaround. It's just very, very busy between ordering parts, making sure you have all your stuff, running into problems. It's just a very hectic day, very swamped, very busy constantly. Running around usually all day long and trying to get as much work as we possibly can done in a day.
Seeing these guys are pretty booked up in the back here, I'm kind of anticipating them getting it done as soon as possible. It's going to be a challenge for them to get it done. Hopefully by the end of this month here in May, get it down to Maryland for the POW MIA ride. It's a big event down there, thousands of bikes, and I think it'd be a great place to show it off and have some of the other people from the biker community take a look at it.
One of the toughest things about getting these builds done is having builds during the summertime, which is our busy season. It does make it tough, just when we get so swamped in the back, fitting these builds in, and doing them right. A lot of times when Frank can't be involved in the build, he's behind his desk and, managing the business. So that's where, me and Scott, we get together and work out the project together.